Well. Hello, everybody, and welcome into the stream. I do apologize for that. There's some noise. That is the AC. I have to keep myself from going insane. So I apologize for that. But yeah, welcome. Today we're going to do some flight simulator. Go figure. Seemed like, the thing to do. Just finishing up getting a couple things set up. Mostly in there we go. Okay, I know my voice is coming through, so hopefully everybody's doing okay today. Yeah, we are gonna play flight sim. I'm gonna set myself up a really quick window so I can see it. Give me just a second here. There's my thing. That is not the one I wanted. Okay. Oh, I want this one. That's why. There we go. Now we are prepared. So, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator on the PlayStation. I know that seems kind of strange and weird, but that's what we're doing. I just figured I'd hop on and we'd run some missions. Just a few. I'm working in my career mode. Unfortunately, they don't have facial hair for career mode. All right, so I'm trying to get my cargo up to medium so I can fly this bad boy. I want to fly the whale. So we had to fly medium cargo missions. That's what we're going to do. We're currently in Utopia, Texas. That was the last place we flew out of, or flew to. Not out of. We didn't fly out of Utopia, Texas. We might this time, but it doesn't seem like we're going to. Seems like we're going to be flying either out of Eagle Pass. We could also fly out of this airport. What is this tiny little location? We're not too far from San Antonio, but I think we'll take the Eagle Pass flight. What are we flying? PC-12. Okay, we're flying the same plane no matter what, so it doesn't really matter to me on that front. Oh my god, the Beluga plane looks goofy, but it is an amazing plane. It's very difficult to land. I got a taste of landing it from the certification for it, because you have to certify to fly it. All right, I'm gonna scoot myself up a little. I'm going to lock myself into an upright position for posture. It's better to have good posture. All right, let's try to get a plane in the air. So this is the PC-12 NGX. We're going to be flying standard freight medium cargo from Eagle Pass to Center, Texas, or Center wherever. I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually know where Center is. We're just gonna follow the flight plan. And a lot of times I will skip the middle flight and we'll just focus on the takeoffs and landings. It's the most fun part of the game, if we're being fair. I'll try not to be a complete little bitch, and I will 100% attempt to do all my taxiway and stuff. All right, so step one. Shock's got to go. Engine covers. The pitot cover. If I don't take off the pitot cover, we will not know our airspeed. And you want to know your airspeed, trust me. All right. Let's go ahead and jump in the plane. I'm going to give myself... Oh. Oops. What did I do? Why am I not... Why is that centering on that? That's not supposed to happen. What is going on? Why am I locked in down here? Game. Please hold. Game, what are you doing? Cancel. General controls. Cancel that. Why are you locking me to my screen right now? This does not make any sense. Game high. I would like to... That's photo mode. Never fails. Camera type. Fixed look. Set position? That's not where I want the camera to be. Okay. That seems to have fixed our problem. All right, cool. We fixed it. Don't ask me what was going on. All right, let's... Get the engine up and running. While we wait for that, let's go take a look. Yeah, I don't see any cargo on this plane. All right. Oh, okay, hold on. I need to fix one thing. Settings. General. I'm like, why can't I hear my sound? It's coming out of my controller.
To runway 15,
there we go.
5 Tango Echo 0.
Now we can actually hear. All right. Stopping short of runway soon. Say taxiway Tango 0. Is that what we're on? All right. This looks like one of those.
Tango Echo 0 traffic. The latest November 67870. Taking off runway 15. Departure to the north. 5 Tango Echo 0.
So yeah, this looks like the situation where we have to go down and turn it around. It's not that big of a deal. Small runways do this. Note that I am not an experienced flight sim pilot. I'm playing this on a console. I do not have that crazy setup like people like Air Force Proud or any of those other folks have. I'm just here for a good time. I hope you're here for a good time too. I would like to remind all passengers to fasten their safety belts and make sure your tray tables are in the full and upright position as we prepare to take off. Please note this is a non-smoking flight. Flight sim is so relaxing. We'll get some outside the plane views once we get up in the air. This is our plane. We do not want to exceed taxiway speeds. So let's rein that in a little bit. If not, we're going to set our parking brake once we get turned around, and we will load our nav into the autopilot. Can I fly in real life? Not even remotely. I wish. That'd be kind of cool. When I was a kid, my first dream job was to fly like fighter jets. I may have seen Top Gun as a kid. Unfortunately, my vision doesn't allow for me to fly those, and I never really tried it out. And I have a college degree now, so I guess technically I could go to pilot training. I could become an airline pilot. All right. Let's get lined up, and then we're going to load our nav. All right, let's set parking brake. Let's set our route in the nav system. Not that I trust the autopilot for that. I am aware. All right, folks, prepare for takeoff.
No takeoff.
I'm aware we can't take off until we've reached airspeed. Rotating.
No takeoff.
Shut up. Gears are retracted. Positive rate of climb.
Houston Center, Pilatus November 67870 is type Pilatus.
Oh, they got us doing a crazy turn, y'all.
5 Tango Echo 0, 1100. Request flight following.
We're not going to turn as crazy as they want us to. That is a hell of a tight turn. Let's not stress the aircraft. Acknowledge squawk.
Squawk 1675, Pilatus 870.
Pilatus 870, radar contact 2 miles east of 5 Tango.
All right,
Echo
let's
0,
get lined up with our
2200. Altimeter 29er 8 tree.
acknowledge.
Roger, Pilatus 870.
We'll get lined up with our flight line here.
Houston Center, Pilatus November 67870. 2 miles northeast of 5 Tango Echo 0, 3000. Request IFR to 48 kilo. Ready to copy.
All right, so we're gonna be flying. We're gonna be flying at 24,000 feet today.
7870 cleared to 48 kilo airport as filed. Squawk 1675.
Pilatus 870, read back correct. Radar contact 3600. Altimeter 29er 8 tree, turn
Maybe if I'm
right
feeling
heading
froggy,
tree
I'll
55.
hook the
Resume
flight stick
low
up.
navigation, climb, and maintain flight level 240.
All right. Got a pretty good line up here. Gonna match our heading. All right, 356.
Pilatus 870. Did you copy?
Copy.
Turn right heading tree 55. Resume on navigation. Climb and maintain flight level 240. Pilatus 870.
Set altitude here. Gonna get a positive rate of climb, please. Should have looked and said that before flight, but you know, you learn, you live, you learn. Let's set flight director on, and let's set autopilot on. Vertical nav on. FLC mode on. We can adjust heading as necessary. I'll take her into a gentle adjustment here. Nothing too crazy. Take a look at our plane from the outside. It's a good plane. I am a fan of this particular aircraft. It's nice to fly. We are on our way to cruise altitude of 24,000 feet, flying towards Echo Victor India Lima Echo. Isn't it a nice blue? One of the things I really like about this game is it's using real world like maps. So fairly accurate to what you would see if you were actually on this flight path right now. My co-pilot, he needs a better haircut. All right.
Pilatus 870 contact center on 1 tree, 4.905. Good day.
Going to 1 tree 4.905. Pilatus 870. Center. Pilatus November 67870 is
Okay.
passing 11,300, climbing flight level 240.
Pilatus November 67870. Center, altimeter 298 tree. Radar contact continue.
All right. We have radar contact. We're going to continue flight path. We should be flying heading. Okay, thanks. Approach mode, heading select. On. It's going to give us a nice slight adjustment. We want to be flying about 358, I think, overall. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. We'll fly 357. While we're climbing, let's go take a look at the aircraft. What do you say? So this is the inside of the aircraft. Try not to hit the sticks too hard here. Currently, we are not running as passenger aircraft. We are running as a cargo aircraft. But obviously, these are your seats. How else are you going to ride in the plane? We do have nav loaded. However, we got lots going on here. Throttle at 89% right now. Engine's at 1700 RPM. Currently making our way to 24,000 feet, vertical speed 2550. Let's see if our nav is properly loaded. Oh, she's going off course. Let's switch back to heading mode.
We've now passed 18,000 feet. Don't forget to switch the barometer to standard pressure.
Well, it doesn't let me do the button thing, so pretend like I did, game. Barometer is set standard pressure. Adjust heading, flight 358. We're slightly to the left of the navigational line. That's not that big of a deal. Man, this plane does a great job. Stopping. Nope. Vertical speed on. Keep this bitch climbing, please. You know, I can't even make an argument for my co-pilot. They do literally nothing here. They're like, oh, okay, sure. We heard that you wanted to fly. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, ooh, we literally don't care. I was like, well, that's kind of mean. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Let's get my stats up on screen, please. Thank you. All right, still climbing. We've not been warned to expedite our climb, so that's good. Let's, while we're up here, let's take a look at our flight path today. See how we're doing on that. Currently, we are centered on the plane. Let's center on the route for a second so we can see kind of where we are. We do have a long ways to go here. So we are currently on our en route. It is 157 nautical miles total to our first one. We got a long ways to go. Whether or not we fly this whole flight, we'll probably skip to the landing, but that's okay. We do just have to get her up to altitude, which we are actively working on. Let's adjust vertical speed. Let's increase altitude at 1,200 feet per minute. We will shift to altitude hold mode once we have achieved 24,000 feet. Be aware that we do ask that passengers. Oh, do I have a seatbelt sign in this aircraft? Like, it's a small aircraft. There's no way that anybody would take their seatbelt off, right? It doesn't make any sense. However, You know, once we get to 24,000, we'll check. This might be the case of a digital panel. We are experiencing a little bit of turbulence, so do hold on to your butts. It's okay, don't worry. We are getting close to our target speed. Our target altitude, I mean. Definitely got some turbulence happening here. It's not the craziest turbulence I've ever had, so there's that. We're about to enter altitude hold. Gonna very nice. Just heading 356. Very, very good. All right, so we were going to go look at this panel down here. Other way, please.
Pilatus 870, contact center on 125.75. Good day.
125.75. Pilatus 870.
The nav.
Center, Pilatus November 67870. Flight level 240.
Pilatus November 67870, center. Radar contact, continue.
Okay, so this just looks like nav panel. Cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and skip to descent. Pray that the flight gods haven't put us in a bad spot.
Speed.
Pilatus 870, you can cancel IFR.
Speed.
Continue VFR to your
Yeah,
destination.
there you are. There you are.
Pilatus 870, descend and maintain 4400.
Acknowledge.
Descend and maintain 4400. Pilatus 870. Kansas City Center. Pilatus 870.
Oh,
would like to
we're all
cancel
up in
IFR.
Kansas City, baby.
Pilatus 870, IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated.
All right.
1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Turn off.
48 kilo traffic. Pilatus November 67870.
Autopilot off.
9 miles south. 4,900. Inbound to land. Runway tree 5 for 8 kilo.
Okay, game. You don't have to take away my flight things.
For 8 kilo traffic. Pilatus November 67870.
Took away
is on
my
final.
visuals.
Runway tree 5 to land for 8 kilo.
All right, we're told to send 4,400. We are at 4,400. We're below 4,400. And try to get a little more lined up with the runway. Oh, plane. Plane. Be cool. Land on runway tree 5. Clear the runway directly in front. Getting a little more lined up with the runway. Game says I still can't have my visual references back. Hello, lady. How are you? Welcome to the flight. Hopefully your day's going good. You know, only having to work one job right now and all that. All right. Got visual reference on runway. Continuing our descent. Oh, now we get landing music, y'all. We're close enough. We love landing music in this house. I think these people are mad that they live directly in the flight path. Looks like a lot of businesses and houses, though, so. All right, flaps up. All right. Okay, coming in. There's a car on the runway. We have touchdown. Reducing speed. As my hero, Launchpad McQuack, would say, any landing you walk away from is a good landing. But we do have to turn her around. Poison Ivy. Ugh. All right, we do have to go slightly off runway to get this thing turned around.
48 kilo traffic. The latest November 67870 is taxiing to parking for 8 kilo.
Go park this plane. See what our score is. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that poison ivy. All right. I'm just gonna park it right over here, just off the runway.
Glad we've arrived.
Parking brake set. Shutting her down. All right, folks, that's how you get to Kansas City, apparently. Well, center Kansas, I guess. Now, you might be like, oh, wow, that's a good sized water bottle, my good sir. No, this shit is full of coffee. It's my coffee cup and my evening water bottle, but right now it's got coffee in it. All right, let's see how they felt about that. Oh, taxi speed. I flippin' knew you'd hit me on taxi speed. We still scored S rank. That's one flight closer, baby. Can I do medium cargo for myself with a... All I have is a Cessna 172. I think I don't have access. But how is this possible? Cargo transport, what can I do? My company. All I have is charter service. Complete a mission in one of this company's specializations. Literally what I'm doing. Okay, do I have to go look for a special mission then? All right, that's good. I'd rather do this for myself and make more money. Okay. Okay, so what we need to do is see if we can find the gold one. Because there should be a gold mission for this that is holding me up. That's where my plane is. My personal plane. No? None of those are gold? Alright, let me look this up real quick. Can't buy company flight sim. Okay, so apparently I can't do it because I don't have enough money. Let's see how much money I need for the smallest plane. What if... I have a... I have a Cessna 172, do I not? Okay, what if all companies manage company? I have a Cessna 172. We're gonna ask the AI, y'all. It will know. I just want to fly cargo missions and make extra money off of it. Photo. See if Claude can find us anything. Check your logbook. Okay, so let's check our logbook. So I check my logbook. I just want to buy the company. Filters. All right. Let's go into Dalhart, Texas. Interesting. Okay, something's not working right. I want to do my own missions. Sorry, I want to buy. I just want to buy my own company. Maybe it's just being a... I would say maybe it's just being a jerk because I don't have enough money available. All right, let's do this. Let's go fly for ourselves and get a bunch of money. As a freelancer, I'm locked into certain mission types. All right, let's fly. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna get my plane back from Japan. Actually, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Whoa! Never mind. It's too many credits to pay to get my plane back on this side of the world. So let's just go fly one where my plane is close to. My plane is literally here. Sure, why not? Why not? We'll just fly out of the airport we're already at. No extras needed, nothing crazy. My plane is already here. I already know how to fly my plane. We're gonna need 105 pounds of fuel on board. That's easy enough. I I keep good insurance on this plane for a reason, obviously. You gotta have good insurance. It's a plane. I'm responsible for the maintenance of this plane. I have to pay credits for the maintenance of this plane. So... Alright, I'm gonna be real. The last time I flew Japan, the weather was not great. So this is kind of nice. Looks like the weather is gonna be sunny. We're just waiting on it to finish loading in. Alright. Alright, we are good on fuel. Let's check out anything else for our aircraft. We're gonna wash it. We're gonna check all of our systems. Everything is good. We are not going to sell our aircraft. Okay, we are above the amount of fuel we need. And we do carry our insurance. So we are ready. I've got my snazzy airline captain outfit on. This is the plane that I actually own in game. Love this plane. It's very lovely. She is a Cessna 172. Take off the top cover here. And we are going to climb aboard. We're going to acknowledge, we're going to request boarding.
This is flight P4511 parking 35. Please begin passenger boarding.
Roger that, Captain. They're on their way. Have a good flight.
Cannot enter cursor mode while she is getting on the plane.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Quick favor, Captain. I'm expected in Hiroshima ASAP, so if you'd speed it up a bit, I'd appreciate it.
One of these people. All right. That information has been sent to avionics. Get our second screen up to where we want it. I like to have my weather radar / flight navigations up. This should be, is this altimeter right here? This is altimeter, so cool. We have all of our autopilot here to the left. We will probably go ahead and fly in nav mode today. Should work in this plane. We do also have heading select mode in case the plane's being a jerk.
Kumamoto ground. Cessna November 86, 143 IFR to Romeo Juliet Oscar Whiskey. Ready to copy.
Cessna November 8614 is cleared to Romeo Juliet Oscar Whiskey Airport via the Kilo Uniform Echo 7 Romeo departure, runway 07. Climb via SID maintain 8000. Departure frequency is 126.1. Squawk 031 tree.
Like our altitude today is 8,000.
Cleared to Romeo Juliet Oscar Whiskey via the Kilo Uniform Echo 7 Romeo departure, runway 07. Climb via SID maintain 8000. Departure frequency is 126.1.
I have programmed that in.
Cessna November 8614
Cessna 14 readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.8 when ready to taxi.
All right. Welcome to our flight in Japan, everybody.
Good morning, Cap. Today you've got the pleasure of taking Ms. Osaka to Hiroshima.
So
She's one of our best clients.
we'll get
leaving
some
for
lovely
vacation with
footage
her
from
relatives.
over Japan.
Provide her with the finest service on behalf of our company. I know I can count on you.
It's my
Have a
company.
nice trip.
Obviously, I'm going to provide good service.
Kumamoto ground. Cessna November 8614 tree with Mike. Ready to taxi, IFR.
Cessna November 8614 tree.
Taxiing. Hold short runway 07 via taxiway Alpha. Cessna 14 tree.
All right.
Guests, good morning and welcome aboard this Penguin Aviation flight to Hiroshima. I'm your captain and pilot today. Estimated flight time is 58 minutes. We're on time for departure, waiting for takeoff clearance. I'll keep you informed during the flight if anything important comes up. Thank you.
All right. We are hot to trot and moving. So, if you're not familiar with the Cessna 172, this is kind of your basic plane. This is like what a lot of people, I guess, take their flight training in when they want to learn how to fly any plane. And then you kind of graduate up from there. We are also certified to fly in-game basically any aircraft we want. Any helicopter, any fixed-wing aircraft, we are certified. I don't fly the helicopters too much. They're a little trickier. I do have one in particular I like. So we'll maybe take one of those for a spin after this flight. I'll give you kind of the gist is that they're air taxis, vertical takeoff and landing, very fun to fly. All right, the good news is it looks like we're not going to do any turnaround on the runway. In game, as far as like in career mode, I only own this. In open flight, I have access to anything available in the base game version of the game because I'm not a fancy boy. I did not spring for a better edition, and you can buy more planes, but they can be quite pricey. Like you're talking about like a single like plane from the marketplace could be $40 or more. Real actual dollars. And that's a lot of money. For a singular piece of DLC. All right. Let's request our takeoff clearance.
Kumamoto Tower. Cessna November 8614 tree at runway 07, ready for departure. IFR to Romeo Juliet Oscar Whiskey.
All right. I think we can turn this off now.
Cessna November 8614 tree. Altimeter
It's quite comfortable in here.
Cleared for takeoff runway 07.
All right, folks, we have been cleared for takeoff.
Cessna 14 tree. Please acknowledge.
I'm acknowledging you.
Cleared for takeoff runway 07. Cessna November 8614 tree.
I hate when I hit the button and it doesn't do the thing.
Guests, to prepare for takeoff, please ensure your seat belt is fastened tightly. Your seat is in the upright position, and your tray table is securely stored. Thank you, and get ready for a wonderful flight.
Yeah, everybody. All those instructions apply to you as well. We need about 55 knots of airspeed before we can get this thing off the ground. Nice. Smooth. Oh my God, it's another crazy turnaround. What the hell is this pattern? All right, let's stop over torquing our engine. Slow it less. There we go. Accelerating right there. Good, good. Now, these people are
contact Tokyo Center.
These people are paying customers.
Good day.
So we're going to try to give them as smooth a flight as possible.
126.1, Cessna 14 tree. Tokyo Center, Cessna November 8614 tree is at 1,300 climbing 8,000.
Cessna November 8614 tree. Tokyo Center, altimeter 2980, radar contact. Continue to Kilo Uniform Echo.
Roger that. Continuing Kilo Uniform Echo. Kilo Uniform Echo is 1.5 nautical miles out. All right, looks like we're taking a left-hander.
Cessna 14 tree. Please expedite your climb 8,000.
Bro, I'm working on it. Give me a sec. All right. Oh, I see what this is. Flight level director on. Navigation mode on. Arguably, she should be able to fly herself. All right. We're going to let her do her thing. Whoa, are we not climbing? Girl, we should be climbing. Do I have a vertical speed? No. No. Girl, I need you climbing. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take the autopilot off for the moment.
Cessna 143.
Yeah.
Got your climb, 8,000.
I'm working on it. Not my fault y'all do this to me. First, when I was looking at this pattern when we were flying, I was like, what is going on? Now I get it. Now I understand where it goes. We're going to fly really far out to turn around and fly back over the airport. This guy's freaking telling me to expedite my climb, but like, dude, it's a Cessna. I can only climb so much. If you're watching on the Twitch side, ad break incoming. If you're watching on the YouTube side, I guess you get ads whenever YouTube decides. I don't get a piece of that pie. It's quite difficult to monetize on YouTube. Let's bring it up a little more. There we go. Let's get a little more airspeed so we can climb it a little quicker. So this guy will get off my ass. At least they don't have us flying to like 15,000, 18,000 feet today. That's kind of a lot in this plane. At least that's been my experience, that it's kind of a lot in this plane. All right, just keep her nice and steady. Continuing our ascent. I have heard there's multiplayer in this game. I don't exactly know how multiplayer works. It's just like a thing where like you're flying and there's other people in the sky and you just kind of see them. Uh-huh. It's okay. Too much. You didn't like it? It was too much? Okay. I'm sure my passenger's like, why does it stay stall? Well, about that, friend. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're fine. You're fine. It's just how Cessnas work, man. We are experiencing a little bit of turbulence, as expected. One does not expect a flight of this nature to go without turbulence. We should be able to use full navigation on this. Hold altitude. The whole 9 yards. That would be the preferred move. All right, we're almost 8,000. We're getting there. The real question is, do I have the fortitude to set the autopilot and then go use the bathroom? Let the autopilot fly while I'm away. Would I be brazen enough and bold enough for such a move? I feel like we need to make this turn before I do anything that stupid. So looks like what we have is a right-hander.
Cessna 1-4 tree. Climb and maintain 14,000.
Climb and maintain 14,000. Cessna 1-4 tree.
Okay, so we have to get all the way to 14,000. Once we make the turn, we should be good to do that. We acknowledge our ATC. It's our air traffic controller. Do you want to see the path? Looks like it's a right-hand turn, maybe? Although the flight path that's down there indicates it's a left-hand turn, so we're just going to follow that guidance. On my screen, it looks like a left. The game says it's a right. Or strike that, reverse it. I think we're just about ready to start making. Oh, I see. We're on this flight path, yes. Yes. Then see, we're much more in line with the navigation on that screen now. All right. We're going to go ahead and make our turn. We're just a little guy. There we go. Nav mode on. Plane.
Cessna 1-4 tree. Please expedite your climb 14,000.
Our plane does not seem to know where it's going. Our navigation does seem to be slightly confused. So we're gonna... Flight director's on.
Cessna 1-4 tree. Please expedite your climb 14,000.
Bro, I'm working on it. Oh, I guess we need to actually change our altitude reading. That would help. There we go.
Cessna 1-4 tree. Please expedite your climb 14,000.
All right. Still learning how the autopilot on this thing works.
Cessna 1-4 tree.
Shut up.
Please expedite your climb 14,000.
This ought to get us to 14,000. Woo! Don't worry about that, folks. That's just a little bit of that there thing we call turbulence. Once we reach 14,000, we'll put on altitude hold. We're going to start the turn. Maybe not that early. All right. We got a nice vertical climb going. Got that heading knob a little more. All right. We'll keep that upward climb going. We got this. So essentially, we're going to be flying back over the runway as part of our flight path. So we have to be at a high enough altitude that we are not affecting the runway. How you doing, passengers? They seem fine. All seems well. I'm sure everything is fine. I'm sure that the passengers don't have anything they care about right now. They're just cool. They're ready.
Cessna 14 tree. Descend and maintain 8,000.
What?
Descend and maintain 8,000. Cessna 14 tree.
You literally just told me to go all the way up to here.
Guests, glad to be your captain today. First, I'd like to welcome everyone on behalf of Penguin Aviation on Flight P4511. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 12,200 feet at an airspeed of 70 knots. It's 12:40 and are expecting to land in Hiroshima approximately at 14:56 local time. Current temperature of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. If the weather cooperates, we should get a great view of the area as we descend. I'll update you before we reach our destination. Until then, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
Cessna 14 tree. Climb and maintain 13,000.
Climb and maintain 13,000. Cessna 14 tree.
All right, let's... Oh, we're in altitude hold mode, aren't we? We're working on it. I swear. Okay, altitude hold mode is on. All right. Don't worry about me. I'll be right back. If the plane starts crashing, just scream at the top of your lungs. Well, good. It appears that the co-pilot and the autopilot are working splendiferously. It's good to see. Makes me happy. It would appear that all is well. All right. We should definitely adjust heading. So we are no longer flying in the correct direction. Flight directors on. Porch motor's off. I'm saying is I shouldn't need heading mode on. Just nav mode. Let's turn off vertical nav. Is holding well. Flight director is on. Everything seems fine. Barometric pressure is correct. Flight plan, good, good. Okay. Everything looks solid here, y'all. We're doing a pretty good job. Get rid of the yoke for a second, see if there's anything down here. That's autopilot. No, we want autopilot on. Okay. I mean, all seems well. Let's take a look at what our flight times would be right now. So we are currently en route. If we go and we check our situation, we are en route to Koza. I do think that we will just go ahead and hit the button and come in for a landing.
Cessna 14 tree. Climb and maintain 8,000 expect ILS runway. 11 approach via India Mike Echo tree 7 radial. 1 tree DME arc, clear to India Mike Echo.
Acknowledged.
Climb and maintain 8,000 expect ILS runway. 11 approach via India Mike Echo tree 7 radial. 1 tree DME arc, clear to India Mike Echo. Cessna 14 tree.
Cessna 14 tree. Contact tower on 1 tree 4.25 when inbound.
Oh, we're inbound. It's
Tower on
happening.
1 tree 4.25. Cessna
We're gonna put this
14
plane
tree.
on the ground, y'all.
Tower, Cessna November 8614 tree. 12 miles west. Inbound ILS runway 11 approach.
Cessna November 8614 tree, tower. Altimeter 2980, cleared ILS runway 11 approach.
Acknowledged.
Cleared ILS runway 11 approach. Cessna 14 tree.
This looks like a nice, gentle approach, too. Should be all good. I mean, let's be honest. If we screw it now, well, we're in the drink, baby. I don't think my plane can swim. I might be wrong, but I don't think my plane can swim. Will confirm or won't. After this approach, we will do, I'll bust out the Archer Midnight, which is like quite possibly my favorite aircraft in the game. It's not even technically licensed to fly yet in the real world. It's going through FAA certifications now, but it is sick. It is an electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle that converts from a helicopter to a plane mid-flight. Can do about 150 knots airspeed, which is probably better than my Cessna can do safely. All right, we are on approach flight to Romeo Juliet Oscar Whiskey. Does appear that the runway is straight ahead. It's a great approach vector. Very easy. Not like some of the approaches we have to make, which have some very sharp turns at the end of the approach, which annoy the shit out of me.
Cessna 14 tree, wind tree 18 at 6, clear to land runway 11.
All right.
Clear
We
to
are
land runway 11. Cessna 14 tree.
clear to land runway 11. We have runway 11 directly in front. It is a beautiful approach. Weather is holding. Passengers, I would remind you to please make sure that your tray tables are in the full upright position and your seatbelts are fastened. We are approaching our landing. We're going to scrub off a little bit of airspeed. We are going to bring up flaps. Flaps are set for landing. A little bit of turbulence here on the landing. Not too crazy. Nothing we can't handle. All right, we're going to come in just over these trees. Good news is, if you are hoping to go to the beach on your trip, the beach is right by the airport. We know you have a choice in who you fly with, and we appreciate you flying with Penguin Aviation. Flare up at the end. And we are on ground. Reducing speed. All right. We're going to get this baby down to the hold short line.
Cessna 14 tree. Turn next taxiway.
Will do. We'll turn next taxiway. There's a lot of runway for a small plane, though. I do appreciate that.
Cessna 14 tree. Exit runway when able.
Exit runway.
Cessna 14 tree. Contact ground on 1 tree 2.5.
Roger that.
1 tree 2.5. Cessna 14 tree.
We're going to request our clearance.
Ground. Cessna November 86 14 tree. Taxi to parking.
The fuck are y'all moving that jetway for?
14 tree. Taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway.
All right.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway. Cessna 14 tree.
All right. We have successfully landed. Now we just got to park her. I have some other planes I would like to buy for my charter service. But I'm very comfortable with the Cessna 172. She feels good to fly. Fellas? Well, air traffic control says we have to respect the taxi pattern. So we're going to very carefully navigate between these planes. How bad is it? Oh my God, that was the closest we could have been without going over. Price is Right rules, obviously. All right. We are coming up to the parking stand. Parking brake engaged. Engine shutdown in process. Thank you for flying with us, dumbass. Oh, aren't you glad you're not dead? I'm sure you are. Honestly, I feel like flying one of those would be more claustrophobic if it weren't for the fact that why are my passengers only 60% satisfied? It's the landing. It was a little rough, wasn't it? It's always the landings. Made good money on that flight, though. Can we buy a company yet? We have 217,000. We need 317,970. We don't have enough money to buy the aircraft. That's okay. I promised you all I would show you my favorite aircraft in the entire game. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch over to employee. And we are gonna filter this by aircraft model. And we want the Archer Midnight. Okay, we got some sightseeing flights for this. Okay, anything in Tokyo? No, we haven't flown to Tokyo. You know what? We can go any spot we want in the world. Anything in the Korean Peninsula? Nothing in the Korean Peninsula for this aircraft. We've circled back to Japan. You know what? Why don't we do this? Let's do a passenger transport down in Florida. I think you all are going to respect this aircraft, love this aircraft as much as I do, because it's so cool. All right. So it's a helicopter, it's a plane. It's both. Look at that thing. That thing is sick. It is awaiting, again, FAA certification. It's not there yet. So let's clear the chocks. Grab our Patak cover. And then we'll climb aboard.
Ground service. This is Flight SCA 38 Parking 5. Clear to start passenger boarding.
Now, granted, keeping
Roger that, Captain. We're
in
proceeding.
mind right now
Fly
that
safe.
we are gonna take a VIP. This will be our last flight today. I think I'm gonna do more Microsoft Flight Sim though. But this will be our last flight today. But we'll make it a good one. You're gonna love this thing.
Hello, everyone. So our main passenger on today's business shuttle to Titusville, Mr. Warner, needs to catch a flight at Arthur Dunn Air Park. Please nail this important flight and make sure the client comes back to us any soon.
Ground, Archer November 18289 are ready to taxi. Departure to the north.
Archer November 18289er. Taxi 2 and hold short of runway 9er using taxiway. Contact tower on 120.4 when ready.
Contact tower
Taxiing.
one.
Hold short runway 9er using taxiway. Archer 289er. Sir, our helicopter is currently taxiing to position for the upcoming takeoff. Please fasten your seatbelt.
Just to show you the
Remember,
passenger
this is a
area.
non-smoking flight. Thank you.
We can hold up to 5 passengers. I'm sorry, 4 passengers plus myself. All right. All right, we're coming upon the hold short line. This is where this becomes so cool. All right, so we're going to hold short. We're going to request takeoff.
Tower, Archer November 18289er at runway 9er ready for departure. North departure.
Archer November 18289er, altimeter 29er 2 departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 9er.
Cleared for takeoff runway 9er. Archer 289er. Sir, this is your captain. Thank you for choosing to travel with us. I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your journey to Titusville.
This is the aircraft I would want to fly in real life. All right. We're going to get down here. We're going to prepare for takeoff. Hold on to your butts. It's going to be a little different than the takeoffs we've done so far today. I don't know why I have to go all the way down to the end of this runway for this, though. I suppose it's for getting up to airspeed once I'm up high enough. That would make sense. What a weird path. Why can't I just taxi in a straight line, friend? Okay, sure. Look, we're gonna follow the taxi rules. That's what it looks like from the outside. Note how quiet it is. It's because it's electric, baby. This passenger, he really, really doesn't want to miss his connecting flight. And I get it. That seems fair. I don't want him to miss his connecting flight. Why his connecting flight is 1,200,000 miles away? Don't know. What is the distance? What is the distance on this route? Bro, why didn't you go to a closer airport? I don't understand. There has to be a closer airport for this guy. Oh well. Oh well, I guess. Some rich people shit is what this is. I didn't want my plane to fly to that airport. Ah. I wanted it to be at this one, so I could get on my other plane that's already at that airport. Ah. I will do some of the flight scene missions in this, though, because this is the perfect aircraft for flight scene missions, man. It's so easy to fly. Because it's easy to maintain altitude in this thing. Like, it hovers like nobody's business. All right, we're gonna make our U-turn and prepare for takeoff. There is no meal service aboard this flight, so if you're hungry, too bad. Sucks to suck. All right. You ready? Here we go. It's that simple. I'm gonna climb to 300. You're gonna be a plane now.
Archer 289er, continue for north departure.
Tower, Archer November 18289er. Continue for north departure.
I got a ton of calls to make, so I'll be talking a lot. Hope that's cool with you.
Bro, live your life. You do what you gotta do.
Yes, it's David. I'm on my way. Just calling to confirm that I'll be there in just over, 54 minutes. This flight won't take long, so don't start without me.
David has a lot of good faith in us, and I appreciate that from him. He gets it. He understands. David knows I'm the man to get him where he's going.
Hi, sorry for the noise. I'm on a plane. Will she be joining the meeting too? Okay, fine. I'll be ready. Then just send the agenda to everyone and make sure we got everything covered. Give me a shout out when they arrive in Titusville too. See you.
All right. Turn on the autopilot. Put her in nav mode. Oh, nav mode is bad.
Hey honey, how are you? Just checking in. Oh, sorry, I thought. Okay. I'll call you back from the airport. Love you.
Aw, he loves her. That's very sweet. Let's... Autopilot on.
Archer 289er, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Tower, Archer November 18289er, frequency change.
All right. Flight level change is allowed. What's our altitude? I think we went 1,000 feet. That's what they had us at, so.
Hi there. How are you? Yeah, I'm on my way. Up for lunch tomorrow? Yes. Yes. Great. Awesome. Adding it to my calendar right now. Can't wait.
And we're off. So we're going to skip to descent, but like, yeah, this thing is just a dream to fly, and at least on the sim. I don't know what it's like in real life. I'd love to go in one. It seems like a fun thing to ride in. So we're just going to helicopter our way in. Because that is the obvious path. Where's my autopilot still on? No, okay. I was like, it's like we can't be on autopilot, right? I don't mind the slower descent here. I find it funny that we still have to treat this thing like an airplane coming in. There it is. Ugh, I would love this thing. I would fly this thing to work every day. You know how easy it would be to beat traffic in this? I do fear that I wouldn't be able to park it very easily at home. There's a field by work. I just park it there. All right, we're going to announce our final approach. There's our runway, very easy.
X-ray 21 traffic. Archer November 18289er is on final. Runway 15. To land, X-ray 21.
All right, folks, last landing of the day. This will be a real smoothie. We're gonna take her in the air down to the hold short line. There it is. There we go. She's on the ground, baby.
X-ray 21 traffic. Archer November 18289er is taxiing to parking. X-ray 21.
All right, let's take her down to the parking stand. What a great flight this was. I'm gonna take my PlayStation deck downstairs because this is my PlayStation Pro. It's the one I need to use for this. We do have our lovely landing music. A little bit more till we get to the parking stand. And stay on the line as best we can. This gentleman will make his flight because we are efficient. Let's set the parking
that was
brake.
a great flight. I even managed to catch some shut-eye, and I'm not usually a fan of flying.
Good for you. He got a nap in. I'm about to get off. Go to work. I guess have fun at work. That doesn't make any sense. Survive work and have a lovely evening. Look at that. S-Class, baby. Ah, love you too. All right, that gives us $221,772 reduce. Trying to see if this is because we can't afford it. 280. So yeah, I assume it's because we can't afford it. But that's okay. Y'all, I genuinely 100% appreciate you hanging out here today. Flying with me on Penguin Airlines, Penguin Aviation as it were. But the time has come and you need to get off this plane. So please make sure your tray tables are stowed correctly and you may unfasten your seatbelt to gather your baggage and get off the airplane. But before you go, it is my job to remind you of the very, very, very important positive affirmation, and that is this. Please remember, in life, you are never lost. You are simply doing the side quests. We'll see you real soon.